Hello, so I did watch Moonlight. I remember watching Moonlight for the first time. Amazing movie, especially going to the concept of black masculinity and homosexuality. Moonlight is an exploration of identity, masculinity, and sexuality. With the context of black American experiences, structured in 3 acts, the film follows the life of Sharon, a young black boy growing up in a rough Miami neighborhood, as he comes to terms with his identity as a homosexual man. Each chapter, Little Chiron in Black, mirrors his evolving sense of self, eternal battle with vulnerability, societal expectations, and emotional isolation. The complex examination of black masculinity in Moonlight. The film challenges the dominant cultural narrative that often equates black masculinity with emotional suppression, strength, aggression, and heterosexuality. Through Sharon's quiet demeanor and social alienation, Jenkins presents an alternative vision on that allows for softness, confusion, ultimately love. From childhood, Sharon is bullied, ostracized for not conforming with the traditional norms of a straight man, black masculinity, of a black man, not being vulnerable, not expressing themselves, basically not being feminine. I know we still deal with that in our community, which is a really huge thing that we need to stand upon. Basically his silence and gentleness are perceived as being weak, and he becomes a target of bullying for it. The early experiences underscore how black boys are often socialized into rigid ideas of the manhood that leave little room for emotional expression, deviation from heterosexual norms. Juan, a local drug dealer who becomes a father figure to Sharon, plays a key role shaping the young boy's understanding of his identity. Despite his profession, Juan offers Sharon a sense of safety and acceptance, encouraging him to explore his identity without shame. One of the most profound moments in the film occurs when Sharon asks Juan if he is gay. Juan's compassionate and non-judgmental response reveals a rare moment of emotional intimacy and openness in a world where vulnerability is often punished and perceived negative. This scene subtly subverts the audience expectations of what it means to be a black man, particularly one engaged into hypermasculine roles like drug dealing. As Chiron grows up, his conflict between inner truth and societal pressure, it intensifies in his teenage years. He experienced a fleeting moment of sexual emotional connection with his friend Kevin, only to later face betrayal and violence, which does lead into our topic when it comes to violence, and especially when it comes to queer people of color, especially black queer people. They tend to be inflicted violence upon us for being queer, LGBTQIA plus, or different. This transformation is marked by physical change and emotional withdrawals. Isolating a societal norm can compel individuals to suppress their true selves to survive. However, this film is a glimpse of hope. A reunion with Kevin allows Sharon to confront his past, acknowledge his suppressed desires in their final interaction. He confesses he has not experienced intimacy with anyone else since their encounter. Their moment of vulnerability and honesty is revolutionary. It reclaims black masculinity as a capable of tenderness, love, and emotional truth. Moonlight serves as a vital cinematic narrative that not only foregrounds the intersection of blackness and queerness, but also deconstructs rigid ideals of masculinity. It asserts that black men can embody a spectrum of emotional identities and that there is profound strength and softness and authenticity. So, yes, it was a very amazing film, very well detailed. And, as a black queer person, this really stood out to me I do have family members that are gay, and I'm happy for my family to accept them. Some people that don't, but at the same time, they have family that love and support them. So this film really stood out for me. So I really enjoyed it.